Okay, get it in. Here we go. Oh, demolished. Rugby. Soon to be sick with flu asks, how good is rugby? The third and final full week of autumn internationals is complete, and it definitely was one of the rugby weekends of all time. Wales versus Georgia. The Principality Stadium is fast becoming a high-performance development center. If you are a European team trying to take the step up from Tier 2 to Tier 1, just go play there. First, Italy won there in March, and now Georgia won there this past weekend. Now, if you missed the game because you would rather watch Capuozzo's babyface carving it up in Genoa, understandable, just assume the win was built on what you would expect. A pack of monstrous Georgian forwards just marmalizing the Welsh scrum. Commiserations to all the Welsh rugby fans, from coming fourth in the 2019 World Cup to this. When I look in your eyes, I see the same pain that was staring at me in the mirror during 2017. Italy versus South Africa. I can't say South Africa without saying South Africa. I hate that. While Georgia was creating history, South Africa were trying to restore some historical dominance. They went to Genoa and had a right old runaround with a much improved and more confident Italian side. It's safe to say that Italy's confidence was readjusted with a 21-63 massacre. Amazingly, the score was still 16-18 at 43 minutes. Two things happened at 44 minutes. First, Cheslin Kolbe completed his contract-mandated try, followed by an injury. Second, wow, Manie Libbok. How lovely was it to have a full-blown fly-off playing for the Springboks again? And not just any fly-off, one with a pass so sweet, Finn Russell would be proud. Or even jealous. Add in Manie combining with Leroux like Coke with brandy, and the ball was getting out to our wings with ease. I'm not exaggerating when I say that half a second makes all the difference in international rugby, and that extra zip and accuracy on Libbok's pass added that extra time to our attack. Okay, fine, a bomb squad containing Eben, Marks, Koch and Kitshoff probably helped as well. A little. Scotland versus Argentina. Next up was a game of Magic the Gathering at Murrayfield. Referee Carl Dixon brought a yellow heavy deck supplemented with some red for extra punch. With this hell deck, he floored the ill-disciplined Argentina players. Kremer copped a red after a clear shot to Jamie Rich's head, and then Finn Russell started cooking and the cards flowed like water. 6 cards and many tries later and Scotland walked away 52-29 winners. Credit to Los Pumas, they did manage to score a try while down to 12 men. Must be all that league coaching experience Checker brings to the game. England versus New Zealand. Poor Sir Clive Woodward. For 70 minutes, his keyboard must have been catching fire with the insightful opinion piece he was putting together for this game. New Zealand were looking almost relaxed and maybe even a bit embarrassed with how easily they were beating England at Twickenham. But then, at 67 minutes, Guy Porter came on for England? Whatever it was, the English got off the canvas and their attack became relentless. They went from 6-25 down at 70 minutes to a 25-all draw at 80 minutes. Everyone in the stadium was happily stunned and Sir Clive was left tapping the backspace on his keyboard. Ireland versus Australia. If there's one thing about Australia that's been pretty predictable this year, it's that they would often follow terrible games with pretty good games. That, and they would often lose whoever restored that pride in their jersey to injury within a few minutes. So that's two things. Please, who can explain matching France blow for blow, then losing to Italy, then almost beating a fully stacked world number 1 Irish side this past weekend? Explain! Also, all of this while having players go down to injury like they're extras in a war movie. This must be keeping Dave Rennie up at night. For Ireland, let's just say they were one sexton away from a fully clean and operational church. France versus Japan. Speaking of churches, the last match was a Sunday affair again. A nearly full-strength France hosted Japan and just kinda beat them. No weirdness, no Japan leading first and then losing later, just the better team straight up winning. Nothing much to say. And now we only have one weekend of internationals left, though how many of the true international players will be available remains to be seen. All the Springboks who play in France and England definitely won't be playing. Hopefully at least we'll be able to see Libbok fling a few zingers again on Saturday. Now let's news the news. The Rugby Oscars were held on Sunday night and basically all the correct nominees won. Congrats to Demand, Van der Vlier, Kapwotso, Tui, etc. etc. Everyone knows the most important award of the night is for Best Referee, and congratulations to South African legend Tappe Henning. He's the guy in charge of all the ERC referees, and the man currently stands astride the global game of rugby. Dominant. Rassie Erasmus has been banned again. The lead SA tweeter could not put his iPhone down and got told to shut up by World Rugby. For 2 weeks, he's not allowed to tweet anything rugby related, and he misses all matchday activities for this coming weekend and for the weekend past. If anything, he's taking all the heat off of Ninober and the players who have not been performing all that well. Unfortunately, it's also leading to a bunch of bad SAFers attacking refs, and also making everyone think that all SAFers attack refs. Not cool. As with most things, I hope all of this blows over and we can all just get back to hating England. This episode of the Rugby Update is also blowing over. I will see you all next week after we've had a nice, good-natured game against England. No weird ref calls will make everyone very angry. No funny tackles to get angry about. It all goes so smoothly. Bye.